All right, hey everyone, welcome into another Spoiler Alert podcast episode. We are on episode 19, and we just keep chugging along here. You know, we're one away from 20. That's how math works. So if you add 1 to 19, that's 20. But we are recording on Friday, which I believe I'm going to get this out today as well. We've been kind of all over the place here, but we got together. And this is going to be a good one because we saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We're going to give you a review on that. And that is really the big chunk of this episode. But as always, we'll kick it off with some upcoming movies and some movie news. So Ty, upcoming movies of the week, you are going to see Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, and, yeah.
It seems to be getting decent ratings, like you said. And I don't think we've seen that with a Transformers movie for a while.
I'm seeing like that they're calling it the best since the first one, which, I mean, that's cool. I haven't really seen any since the first one. I might have seen one in there somewhere, but I'm excited for this one. I'm going to go see it on Sunday, I think. Lazy Sunday, go see Transformers. They're saying the action's good, so as long as it's entertaining, like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you take out Mark Wahlberg and whatever the hell he was trying to do with it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, they must have just threw him so much money to be in that movie that he was in, but I still don't know what's going on with the electronic monkeys and animals in this one and the cars, but I guess I'm going to find out.
The part that's throwing me off the most here is like in the 2007, whatever the first one that came out, they were like, oh my God, these Transformers, and everyone was surprised they existed. But this takes place in the 90s. So like, why did everyone forget? Or is this like a isolated incident? You know, I don't know what happens there to make that happen or how they're going to make that make sense. That's my biggest. I wouldn't even call it a worry because I don't even care that much, but that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I just realized that I didn't realize this was like set back in time. So that's kind of cool.
It's
see
like
some like 90s
years,
cars and all that.
Not 20 years, like maybe 15 years before the original.
Where were all these? Oh, never mind. I guess we'll probably find out during
You'll
the movie.
find out.
Where were all these other ones during the other ones that happened? But I'm surely we're gonna find. I'll find out. I'll have a full report next week.
Why didn't Apatron come out and smack Megatron in the mouth whenever he was fighting Earth?
Yeah, the real question is why does he still have hair even though he's metal?
I
think there's some hair on him. He's got some hair still.
There's some questions that need answered here. Also,
I'm gonna have a full report.
A lot of these Transformers look like the mechs from like Power Rangers, like the cheetah and or the saber-toothed tiger is what it was in Power Rangers, and they all like run
the
together.
White Power Rangers, like what are those called, like Zords or something like that? Zorg, I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember. And I watched the newest Power Ranger. It was dog shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. One that was on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like an hour long, and it's an hour of, well, like I said, dog shit.
That was like supposed to be nostalgic for people our age, but the problem is nobody wants to goddamn watch that.
It wasn't. It was nostalgic for the first, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, if that. And then it was kind of like a homage to the Yellow Ranger, because I guess he died in real life.
Jeez.
And so they immediately fucking killed her off in the big opening scene. I'm like, holy shit, has a Power Ranger ever died? But
that's hilarious.
There we go. Well, spoiler for that, but also who fucking cares?
Jeez.
Anyways, Transformers is really the only movie coming out this week. There is not much here. So during the 90s, a new faction of Transformers, the Maximals, joined the Autobots as allies in the battle for Earth. Michelle Yeoh is in this. If you recall, she was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. This feels like a step downwards for her, but I'm sure she's getting paid handsomely.
I did not know that she was in this. Was she even in any of the? I didn't see her in any of the trailers. Is she voice acting?
Bro, why the? Hold on. Why did I say that?
I feel like if she was in this, she would be all over the trailer.
Where did I find Michelle Yeoh? I lied, apparently. What the fuck? Why? Dude, why do I have her on here? Do I have all the rest of the ones correct?
No.
Dude, okay, how did I fuck this up? I am
Pete
actually...
Dinklage.
super confused here because I have Peter Dinklage, Ron Perlman. Something's wrong. Hold up. Top cast. Am I fucking high? No, there they are. They are in this. Yeah, they're voice acting.
Oh, okay, I see.
If
They're just far down on the list.
Okay, god damn. I really confused myself there. I'm like, how did I do that?
How are they not like on the top of the list for the IMDb actors? I don't know.
How's this in credits order? Okay, I don't know why they credit all these people before them, but here we are.
There's the Bender guy, John DiMaggio.
Yeah, so I'm not crazy. there we go. Pete Davidson is in it, which I'm sick of seeing him, but I guess you don't get to see him. He's a voice. I don't want to even hear his voice. Peter Dinklage is in it. He is also a voice. Ron Perlman, who is a great voice. I'm happy to hear him. He's Optimus.
For sure.
Optimus Primal. He's not even Optimus Prime, which is stupid ass name.
He's his monkey brother.
Monkey brother. Cristo Fernandez. If you watch Ted Lasso, you know him.
Not a Ted Lasso guy.
Ted Lasso is a great show, except for like 2 episodes that were just like super random and pissed the hell off of everyone who watched it. They're like, this episode was completely unnecessary. Overall, good show. It's over now, so you can watch all of it.
There we go.
Who else? You said John DiMaggio, who's Bender in any other time you need a voice actor, it's him.
Yeah.
And then Stephen Caple Jr. is the director, and he directed Creed 2.
Creed 2 was good.
Yeah, you get some action. That feels like a perfect directing opportunity for him with Transformers.
Yeah, give him some action work.
You'll probably give a review of that next time. I'll allow spoilers because I don't care.
Right, right.
So we'll get that next time. Hoping it's good. It's holding strong at a 6.6 out of 10 currently on IMDb.
I'm just hoping to be entertained. If I'm entertained, then it's going to at least be like a 6 or a 7.
Are you expecting better than Fast X?
Absolutely, actually, I think. I think it's going to be better right off the bat, even just from the trailer.
Not a high bar.
Right. They're both not. I mean, they're both. Let's see what they are on Rotten Tomatoes, actually. So Fast X is still at, let's see. It's at 56% rotten. And right now, Rise of the Beast is at 53% rotten. So they're right on about the same page critically.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess some more reviews to come. Most importantly, your review. How do we get like the verified tag on Rotten Tomatoes? How do we get that?
I don't know. That would be great though. And then we could start getting movie screeners and stuff and go to like. Yeah, I would love that. We need to
send
do
me
that.
to South by. I'm already here. I don't want to pay $3,000 or whatever the fuck it is to get in.
Yeah, no chance.
Something absurd. But yeah, because they feel like the same type of movie. Shut off your brain. Have some cool action. That's all we care about with movies like this.
Yeah, and audience score is actually higher for Transformers. So that's, I mean, only by like 5 points or whatever, but still.
Next movie here called Mending the Line. A Marine wounded in Afghanistan is sent to a VA facility in Montana where he meets a Vietnam vet who teaches him how to fly fish as a way of dealing with his emotional and physical trauma. Brian Cox is in this. He obviously is in Succession, which is also now over. Which, quick sidebar. You finish it, right, Ty?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not say any spoilers, but I wasn't, it wasn't an amazing episode in my mind. I was just kind of whelmed. I wasn't underwhelmed. I wasn't over. It was just like, yeah, that's an ending. Did you feel the same way?
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit, actually. We'll have to talk about it off air because I don't want to spoil for anybody yet, but I really did like it. I was kind of blown away by the choices that they made with it.
Yeah, it felt like it worked, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Cool.
I kind of like wanted it to play out differently, but I'm not surprised it did the way that it did.
Yeah. So that's all we'll say. Joshua Caldwell is directing this film. I looked him up. All of his movies are below a 5, so not great. Not
a great look.
And then the writer Stephen Camilio has not wrote shit for movies. He has only written articles for Men's Magazine. So obviously that's where the fucking fly fishing comes in, because he writes for those types of magazines.
I was going to say this absolutely seems like something that would be in a men's magazine.
we'll see what Brian Cox can pull out of this. This is one I likely will never touch, but again, this feels like a movie. It's like, why is he in this? He just did a majorly popular show with Succession.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's kind of the same question with Michelle Yeoh in Transformers, which, Transformers can be good, but she just came off of winning a fucking Best Picture.
And Brian Cox, also the voice of McDonald's now.
Yeah, well, it's better than Pete Davidson for fucking Taco Bell.
Crazy. I like fly fishing, though. That's one thing I still need to learn how to do. I've been telling myself for years I want to learn how to fly fish and just never pick it up.
I enjoy watching people do it, but I'll fuck it up.
It's a lot more complicated than just regular fishing, but I want to learn. Dying to learn.
Final movie here, 97 minutes. A hijacked 767 will crash in just 97 minutes. Crazy how they know exactly when it will crash, but that's apparently when the fuel runs out. Against the strong will of NSA Deputy Toyin, NSA Director Hawkins prepares to have the plane shot down before it does any catastrophic damage on the ground, leaving the fate of the innocent passengers in the hands of Alex, an undercover Interpol agent who has been embedded in the terrorist cell. Alec Baldwin's in this, and I guess he's still doing things.
This is the most Alec Baldwin movie of all. He did shoot someone, and this is the most Alec Baldwin movie of all time.
Is he shooting down the plane? He did kill someone.
Killed him dead. I don't know. This just seems like the most Alec Baldwin movie of all time. The CGI in the trailer for the plane in the sky looks terrible.
Straight to Freebie.
I thought so. I thought it was because it's already got a.
I made that up. I don't know if that's true.
It's already got a solid 4.7 out of 10. I didn't see it playing in any theater, so I'm assuming it's on like a streamer.
It sounds like dog shit. I'm never.
22% of its reviews on IMDb are a 1.
Dick.
Actually, 31% of its reviews. So 22 of them are a 1.
Take it, Alec.
Crazy. You murdering fuck.
All right, Ty. I see Terrifier 3 here under the movie news, so I'm excited here.
Did you watch 2?
I did watch 2.
Crazy. One of the craziest movies I've ever seen, honestly.
Wow.
But
I didn't like I can't say I didn't like the first one. The first one was just like, man, this is fucking weird. And then for the second one, they're like, hey, here's more of a budget. Go wild.
Exactly. And that's pretty much what they're doing here with the third one. So there's some details that came out about it. And it's getting a huge budget upgrade after Terrifier 2's massive success. It's going to have a low to mid 7 figures budget. So that's like $1 million. For context, Terrifier's budget was 35 grand and Terrifier 2's budget was 250 grand. And it made 15.1 million. So they're going all in. They're upping it all. And filming's expected to be underway in November or December of this year for a release in late 2024. But man, like I can only imagine how it's going to look and feel with a bigger budget because Terrifier 2 looked great for as low as its budget was in comparison to this one.
I like when horror movies use what are they called? The like real props.
Mm-hmm.
Like blood and shit.
Practical effects.
Yeah, practical effects. It's exactly it.
Yeah, me too. And Terrifier 2 blew that away with the practical effects. I want to watch that now. I haven't watched it in a while. It's on Amazon now. It's probably one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, I can't say that. I've seen some horrible, disgusting, terrible things. But it's definitely up there in terms of like things you will actually see in a theater or streaming, and don't have to go look under horrible websites to see things, which I don't recommend. There's like that iceberg thing of like horror movies, and like I went through it and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. This was just not fun.
So then we also have the continuation of the Animals on Drugs cinematic universe with Crack-Coon. So we've had Cocaine Bear. We talked about Meth Gator. I don't know if that was ever real or not, but now we allegedly are getting Crack-Coon. They just won't stop. So the trailer for this is wild. It's literally just a strain of crack that turns you into like a zombie or a murderer. These people are getting chased down by the cops, so they throw it out the window, and the rest is just history. A raccoon gets a hold of it, and it goes on a rampage. It looks like it was filmed in Vandergrift, by the way. Just looks like it was shot on like an iPhone 12.
They've done that. There's been movies for whatever reason filmed in Vandergrift.
Yeah.
and TV shows. But Ty, speaking of Meth Gator, you'll love this. There are actually 3 Meth Gator movies.
What?
There is one in development called Meth Gator, which I believe is the one we initially talked about.
Uh-huh.
There is Meth Gators, plural. Uh, there's absolutely zero information. Oh, it's pre-production, so
Is it going to be a sequel to Meth Gator?
nope, completely unrelated.
Wow.
So, and then finally, is this also in production? This one says 2023. There's also Attack of the Meth Gator. So
That is just
there you
3 too
go.
many movies about Meth Gators.
There's also, oh my God, they have related movies. Cocaine Cougar,
Oh my gosh.
oh fuck, oh everyone's screwed. There's Ebola Rex.
What?
Okay,
It goes
so,
deeper than we thought.
oh no, I'm gonna have to get into this.
Ebola Rex. Oh my gosh.
God.
You need to watch the trailer for Raccoon though. It's like
Yeah.
the raccoon looks so ridiculous.
These are great names. I also want like a Freddy versus Jason style face off.
You know they're gonna. And the Sharknado's gonna come in at the end and clean up.
Oh, there he is.
Talking about more movies that nobody gives a shit about. Hocus Pocus 3 is coming out.
Sick.
So my only note for this one is just why. I mean, fans of the first one, which I mean I am. The first one is nostalgic as hell for us. Came out right whenever we were right at that age where it was on Disney all the time. I watched it not too long ago for around Halloween. It's a good watch around then. But people that liked the first one didn't even ask for the sequel, which apparently sucked. I refused to watch that one, but now we're getting a third too. So yikes.
Confession, I have never seen any of them.
Really?
And I always get in trouble. Like Sophie loves the first one.
I'm shocked you've never seen it. I'm genuinely shocked.
And I'm just like, no, I don't want to see it. And then the second one came out. I got it for her and I think my mom to watch, and yeah, they were underwhelmed with it.
Yeah. First one, super nostalgic. It's like it holds up, even though it's a bit older now. But the second one, nobody asked for that shit. Nobody cares. Pass on that. Pass on the third one too. Just a big old of a movie. One more here coming out that I didn't know about. Nobody really probably asked for. Expendables 4, and it's being marketed as Expend 4 Blizz. They're replacing the 1A with a 4. Like Megan, except with Expendables. September 22 release date, so a couple months from now. Megan Fox and 50 Cent are joining the movie? So yay? They just keep bringing in the most random people every time. So, I mean, we got that coming.
I think they need money.
They must. I mean, Machine Gun Kelly must not be doing enough for Megan Fox. She was in the Diablo, she's in a bunch of Diablo commercials. Do you see those?
I did not, but that's pretty cool.
It's like a big thing on Twitter. It was like, you send us your deaths and Megan Fox will react to them and tell you suck at Diablo. So I don't know how that came to be, but maybe I'll do it.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Not insult me. That's cool.
Not going to toot my own horn, though. I'm yet to die in Diablo.
Nice.
Only level 10 Necromancer. Shout out to it, but haven't died yet. Can't send anything in yet because I haven't died yet.
There you go.
One last thing here. So the new Batman for the DCU got its director. Batman the Brave and the Bold is going to be directed by Andy Muschietti, who is directing The Flash that comes out next week. That'll be another one we'll be able to talk about if you see it or not. But yeah. So he's going to direct Batman and The Flash. They must have a lot of confidence in him as a director to give him 2 back-to-back pretty solid big movies for DC.
Oh, he directed the It films.
Yeah. I thought he sounded familiar.
All right. Second one was bad, but the first one fantastic.
Yeah. So he's got a solid track record compared to some of these other directors that he'd be handing out to people for superhero movies.
Fucking Stephen Camilio, who writes for men's magazines. It's not that good, but,
The Flash isn't going to go fly fishing.
No, he's going to like try to murder his mother or something.
Yeah. Ezra Miller, fuck. He really dug him into a hole.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's about it for news, everybody.
Yeah, alrighty. Then we will
I'll
hop
go
into
through some.
Spider-Man. First, we'll hit it with without spoilers, just to give people who have not seen it yet. Which, what's wrong with you? First off,
Right, go
go,
see
go
this.
go see it. This is exactly pretty much the same thing we said about Guardians. Like, go fucking see it. What are you doing? What are you waiting
Yeah,
on?
absolutely.
I from previous episodes, obviously massive Spider-Man fan. Loved the first Spider-Verse movie. Second one, pretty damn good. Very, very good.
Hmm.
I will say, I'll go pros and cons here. So pros, I love the building of the universe a bit more. They extended it. It's so cool seeing additional Spider people.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
that's so damn awesome. Spider-Man 2099, I'm super into now.
awesome.
I
Like
just
the
got,
laser webs.
yeah, that's fucking sick. So I just got all of his comics,
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
they're very, very 90s.
Oh, that's
So
so cool.
it's a little difficult to get through, honestly. But I'm pushing through because that character just really excites me. It's pretty awesome. Um,
Hell yeah.
pros, animation, I think took a step forward.
Yeah, I genuinely think this is probably the best animated movie of all time, and like I'm not even just saying that.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. It's animated so many different ways too. It's not just one style of animation. There's
Yes.
there's literally probably about hundreds of different, if not more, hundreds of different ways it was animated.
I think every universe they went to was animated differently,
Yeah,
or at
every
least in a different
Spider-Man you
style.
saw had its own style. It was nuts. We don't see anything like that.
No, it amazingly talented people worked on this film. Little tidbit about that. They revealed and told Sony that the sequel would be the same size as Into the Spider-Verse, but it actually ended up being the largest crew of any animated movie ever. Over 1,000 people
I
working
did
on it.
just see that. It's crazy. It's actually nuts.
200,
Imagine getting 1,000 people to do anything together is a
yeah,
tough task.
240
Let alone
characters,
for it,
and it takes place in 6 different universes.
yeah. Let alone for it all to just flow so well together with all
Yeah,
those animators and stuff. It's just that's a feat right there on its own.
absolutely. So animation, top notch. I do agree with you. It's probably the best animated movie in terms of looks and feel.
Right,
No
right.
doubt about that. I have a hard time deciding if I like the first one or this one better. This
Hmm.
one is obviously much larger
Hmm.
and more bold and taking a lot more risks than the first one did.
Hmm.
Um, which you can love or you can hate.
Hmm.
But either way, fantastic film.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on everything you said there. Definitely think it's the best looking movie, and I think it is better than the first one animation wise, which we thought was
Yes.
great.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun with all the like the Spider-Man shenanigans and cameos. We'll talk about those in spoilers because there are some funny cameos we get from all the different
Yes.
Spider-Men, and it was everything we wanted from a Spider-Verse movie. And like I said, just go see it in the theater while you can because it's definitely worth it. It deserves
Yeah.
all the love that it's getting.
Yeah. Incredibly unique. I think is probably the best way to describe it. Obviously the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is kind of separate from that.
Right.
But it's very, very, very well done. I don't know what else. I guess I'll throw out some cons. It does have a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes, which
Hmm.
is the longest American animated film to date. The previously was Consuming Spirits from 2012, which looks honestly creepy as hell, and I don't think
Wow.
anyone ever saw
I didn't know that this was the
it.
longest animated movie to date. That's actually kind of crazy, but
Yeah,
for 2 hours
by
and 20
4
minutes,
minutes.
it didn't feel that long. Did it feel that long to you?
It
It kind
did.
of went by pretty. Oh, it did.
It did
I
to
did.
me. Yeah.
Okay, I'll get into that in spoilers too, actually. So I don't want to
Yeah.
say too much on that.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'll leave it as well. It did feel long. I felt that full 2 hours, 20 minutes, and
Hmm.
honestly, I thought it was longer. Until I hopped out
It
of the
did feel a
theater.
little bit longer than that. So
With that said, still a great movie. I ended up
100%.
giving it an 8 out of 10. Ty, you got it here at a 9 out of 10. And that is
Yeah,
now
yeah.
tied for second place with John Wick 4. Guardians still holding number 1 rank.
I think that's fair spot for the movie. I have to say that I think that's fair.
Yeah. And in terms of what I thought, I was hyping this up. You were hyping it up. I'm like, this might be our first 10 out of 10. It did not hit it, which we'll talk about a bit more in the spoilers section here.
Yeah, it does have its shortcomings, and it's tough. It's not like it's shortcomings, I'd say, but it's definitely a part 2 out of a 3-part trilogy.
Yes,
and it's setting a lot up. And I don't know if I should have said that without spoilers or not, but I think everybody knew that it was a part 1, so
yeah,
take it for what it is. Sorry, but yeah, it has that part 2 feeling, and not. I'll wait to say more.
Sounds good. I'm trying to see if there's any neat little facts here that we can say, just to give the people who haven't seen the movie yet a bit of knowledge here, a little trivia. 10th Spider-Man movie to be released in theaters.
Okay.
What else we got here? Yep, I already said that. Oh man, that's very long to read. Okay. The first Sony Pictures animated movie to be released exclusively in theaters since Angry Birds 2.
Wow.
There you go. What a great factoid. Let's get into spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, go fucking see it. What are you doing? It's been a week. Over a week.
Pause it here.
Stop it.
Pause it here, go see it, and then listen to the rest of this episode.
Yeah, see if you agree with us, see if you think we're idiots. But we are now getting into spoilers. Here we go. Ty, like you alluded to, this is a part 1 of a part 2. This is where I think the rating dropped for me a little bit, because it felt like at the end there were like 3 different times that the movie could have ended. It could have ended when Miles popped into the wrong universe. It could have ended when he sees himself as oh shit,
Prowler.
What Prowler? Yes, could have ended right there. But it's like, oh shit, that's it. Oh, here's another scene. Oh man, that's it. Oh wait, what? Here's another scene. So that was a little annoying. That might be where I thought it felt very long. And the other parts, there were a few downtimes.
I agree. That's why I thought there was a lot of downtime in between any action sequences.
Yeah,
which is kind of what brought it down for me a little bit.
There's a lot of his parents.
Exactly. It's a lot more family drama, which I guess I can see why, because they're setting up that third one so much, going to be about trying to save his dad from fate, which
exactly.
I kind of was upset about all the family stuff in this, but now thinking about it, it's like, well, that's what's going to make the third hit so much harder.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And my worry there is like, oh, all the family drama happened in this one, going into the third one, 2-3 years, whenever it comes out.
I think next year.
Next year? Okay, even better.
And we don't have to wait very long.
It needs to be short term like that, because people need to remember, hey, they were going through all this drama. Miles was getting into it with his dad a little bit. Probably said some things he didn't want to say, and now he's like, oh shit, I gotta save my dad from dying.
Yeah, that's why they did both at once, so that we wouldn't have to wait 5 years in between both again, which thank gosh.
Fantastic.
I would not want to have to wait after seeing this one another 5 years to see the third.
We talked about the multiple universes. They go to what is essentially like the Citadel of Ricks, but with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like. So you get Spider-Man 2099, who kind of seems like the leader.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. But you were talking about the cameos, and that is where I was cracking up with every single one.
This was the best part in the whole movie. Whenever they're in like the spider, I guess what was called the Spider-Verse. They kind of call it that in the movie. Like, so many cameos, man. It is hilarious. One of the ones that got me the best was Peter parked car.
Yeah, that was good. I think I might have had my biggest laugh. This is probably a little too generic, but I like seeing Donald Glover come in, because he was Uncle Aaron in the actual live action Spider-Man.
Yeah, and like it's kind of like alluded to that he is like the Prowler in that, 'cause he's Miles Morales' uncle and all that stuff. He mentions his nephew Miles. So having him in this, even though it was like a little fan servicey, it was cool. It was awesome. Like, he showed up and I was like, there he is. That's crazy. What else? I'm trying to think of other good ones.
You get the Spider-Man from the video game.
Yeah,
they're in that
the PS5 one. Yeah, it's awesome.
So I don't know if everyone noticed that, but I just wish I could like pause, and I'll do this whenever it's streamable. I will go in and pause every single frame to try and see all the different spider people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Someone said they saw Goku randomly in the background, and I don't know if that was like an edit, but it was like a shadow, and it looked like Goku from Dragon Ball Z in the background.
One of those animators snuck him in.
Yeah, awesome, cool. So that means he's a spider person.
Did you
It's
notice
canon.
who else we? Yeah. Did you notice who else we got in this movie?
No, well,
J.K.
maybe.
Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, always.
He's him. There's no replacing him
No,
for that role.
absolutely.
He's played him in 3 different universes now.
And he's in the video game too.
Yeah. So the guy's just killing it. Everybody knows that's him now. He is J. Jonah Jameson.
Absolutely hilarious, and he should be. He has the voice. He's an angry, bald man.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he does. He's not always bald, but J.K. Simmons is bald, so they make him bald.
Should we go into like what happens in the movie a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So, it starts off with Gwen, and it focused around her, and that and maybe I'm wrong for saying this. I think a lot of people feel differently, but I don't want to say I didn't care about Gwen's story, but there was a lot of time spent on her. Which
I know.
It sets it up, absolutely, but it felt like a long time. I think it's like the first 20 minutes.
It did, and I was waiting so much for that first 20 minutes for it to switch over to Miles, and whenever it finally does, the whole vibe is awesome. Like Gwen's world's nice and like watercolored and soft and all that stuff. And then we get to switch to Miles' world, and we get the hip hop, we get the style of New York and everything that he's in, and it's cool. And then we get what he's been doing since the first movie. He guest hosted Jeopardy. His mustache grows in. That was hilarious.
There was when we were going through Gwen's world, that's where I was worried about the animation, because I wasn't super into the watercolors. I'm glad it wasn't staying like that. I'm like, is this going to be the whole movie?
Right.
And then when we did jump to Miles's world, you get back what you expect, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, here we go. That's just different universe, looks different. I love that kind of the way to make you think about it and how you're in a different universe. And I'm curious. That's probably worth it. This movie's worth watching a few times because there's so much we probably missed.
Definitely.
But I'm curious if when he does jump to the universe that he thinks is his and isn't, I wonder if that's animated slightly differently.
I would have to say yes. And it's probably just ever so slightly, and we just don't pick up on it. Or like stuff's different in his room or something. I'm sure that there is. My favorite. What was your favorite Spider-Man in this movie?
2099. I know he's a big old dick. They're trying to make him out to be, but I just think he's such a hardcore badass character that we don't always see that. Spider-Man has always been in the comics, in games, in the movies. He's meant to be a younger person, late teens, early 20s, and he talks mad shit as he's fighting. He has those quips. 2099 is very different. He is angry. He lost his family. All he cares about is saving the whole universe, by making these canon events happen. And I just love the tech behind him as well.
Oh yeah, my favorite was Spider-Punk, Hobie Brown, baby.
Yeah, Hobie.
He absolutely stole the show. Daniel Kaluuya is the voice actor behind him.
Yeah,
I just love that whole punk rock look that he had. His animation was wild.
Yeah,
I think I've read something that his animation was like it took the longest or something like that. It was like the hardest to get into the film, something like that. But that was really cool. I liked a lot how Spot went from being like a meme, almost joke of a villain to just larger than life. Like he's now what is like he's pretty much become Fate.
Yeah,
he's got like now the movie went from like just battling him and like the other Spider-Man to just battling against Fate and time. It's awesome. Love it.
And I think I texted you after the movie. I'm like, how did Spot become a better villain than fucking Kang?
Right.
Like,
it's great.
In that universe, I'm more afraid of Spot doing his thing than I am of Kang.
Yeah. Because, they just did a terrible job portraying Kang in an Ant-Man movie. That's so dumb. The way that they did it. I mean, he was a lot more like menacing in Loki, which Loki season 2 will be coming up. So hopefully that'll be good. But in Ant-Man, that was so dumb. But you're right. Spot like went from being a complete joke to just literally like world altering.
And now I gotta look this up because, no, I'm not trying to look up fucking skin cancer and melanoma. I'm like, is Spot the same as Sunspot from, obviously we've been playing a bunch of Marvel Snap, but Sunspot, like, are they the same character?
I'm not sure.
Sunspot. Let's find this out. We might have to cut this down.
He looks like Mr. Negative, kind of Sunspot.
Sunspot. No, they are different because Sunspot is of the X-Men comics.
Okay.
So there you go. We were talking about the Spot's voice. I'm like, man, he sounds very familiar. I thought it was, well, actually, I didn't think. I knew it wasn't, but he sounds like David Spade to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Jason Schwartzman, and he is in a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. And so
he looks like he's in Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, he looks like Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah, he does. But he's been in everything.
Let's try to run through some of the things he's in. He's been in Key and Peele episodes. He's been in Drunk History. He's been in Sesame Street, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Fantastic Mr. Fox. What else we got? Some animated things that
he's going to be in Asteroid City, French Dispatch, Fargo.
For some reason, he played Vincent Van Gogh in a Beastie Boys music video.
Did we say Scott Pilgrim?
We did.
Scott Pilgrim, yeah. Parks and Rec. Just all kinds of stuff. You'll definitely recognize this guy, and he does have a very distinguishable voice.
I think you should leave.
Love that show. Have you watched it yet?
So I just started it. I've only seen one episode.
Dude, it is so funny. It only gets funnier. The third season is ridiculous. Nice. It's a nice quick watch too, because there's only like 6 episodes, each like 15 minutes long in each season, so you can just bang it out.
He's gonna be in the new Hunger Games. So, woohoo! Yeah. But you'll recognize the voice. Is really what that turns into. What else? I'm trying to think what else we can say about the movie.
So pretty much, like, Miles has to go. He's not okay. Gwen she's chosen to be a part of like the Council of Spiders, whatever the hell they call it, the Spider-Verse, where they go and they prevent things from happening out of their timelines or whatever, canon events, all that stuff. And she ends up getting back to see Miles, but then he is able to go see the Council of Spider-Man, and that's where we learn that Spot has become a larger-than-life villain, and he's now pretty much altering, I guess, not only Miles, but like the world, kind of, I guess. Well, I guess, I don't know about the world.
He's kind of accidentally hopping through universe to universe and kind of fucking things up.
Yeah, so then that's how the best scene in the entire movie happens, where he's trying to get back to his universe to save his dad from Spot and whatever happens in his universe, and he's just getting chased down by every single Spider-Man ever. It is the best part in the entire movie. They're all going to space. The Spider-Man from the first movie, he's got his little baby with him.
And that's where I want to go pause. I want to pause as they're chasing him up that like elevator thing they're doing. And I'm like, okay, that's where you need to look at what they say, 240 characters. And I bet there's 150 right there.
Yeah, we get like all the Spider-Men pointing at each other memes. They're like, chase down that Spider-Man. And they will point at each other like, what?
You? Which one? You?
Yeah. So much fun. That was the best part of the whole movie.
I love silly shit like that.
That was
his friend, the guy in the chair, or rather he said, I'm not your guy in the chair. Obviously a home Spider-Man with Ned. But when he is going to his dorm, his friend is out there. He's playing Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5.
I thought I saw that too.
And the guy who voices him is actually the voice of that Spider-Man.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know all that. That's awesome.
Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, okay.
Let me look him up real quick. Hell of a name. Yuri Lowenthal is Spider-Man. Obviously, that's what we just fucking said. Yep, he's Peter Parker in there. I think he's going to be the next one too. He also plays Insomniac Spider-Man. Oh yeah, doy, because Insomniac's the one that made the Spider-Man video game.
Oh, okay.
He's also in Diablo 4, so there you
I just also saw that Mahershala Ali plays Uncle Aaron in this, which I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he was that in the first one too.
I saw that the guy that plays the voice of Miles Morales in this movie wants to be the live action Miles Morales, and there's just no chance, buddy. I mean, good try, but you're too old. This guy's like 30 something,
Yeah,
and he just doesn't have the Spider-Man look to him. I mean, maybe
Ty,
whenever he was younger, but there's no chance they're gonna cast him to be the actual Miles.
Ty, he is 2 years younger than us.
What?
He was born in '95.
Either way, he's still too old to be Miles Morales. I don't give a crap.
No, no, you're true because you're right because Miles is what 17, 16?
Yeah, 16. So he just doesn't have the look to him, and
Yeah.
that's not a dig on him. But I mean, Miles is a younger guy. That's just
Aging
doesn't really
just
have the
sucks,
look.
buddy.
Yeah,
That's we can feel it.
he threw his hat. He threw his hat in the ring. I don't blame him for trying to
Yeah,
get the
good
bag
for
to
him.
Marvel to be live action Miles Morales. But brother, not happening.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Speaking of young spider people, Peter Parker, the one from the first movie who's training him and everything, he has a daughter.
Yeah,
I thought she was hilarious. You know, she just does little spider things. She gets brought along on missions, and when they come back, Mary Jane's like, "Did you take her on a mission?" She's like, "Me? No, never." So I like shit like that. Little silly, wholesome moments that they have there. Also didn't know who originally played Peter Parker. I saw the face. I'm like, I don't know who you are. But then Sophie started watching New Girl, and
Yeah.
it's that guy. So I'm
Jake
like,
Johnson. Yeah,
it's you.
Oscar Isaac plays Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, yeah. Which is
Also,
a lot older than I would have thought that voice to be.
yeah, he does pretty good in anything he voice acts in. I think he's voice acting in a couple other things too.
Oh yeah.
Oscar Isaac,
Let's see here.
or I could just be full of shit.
Oh yeah, he was in the newer Spider-Man. Or newer Star Wars. We won't talk about that. Voice. Yeah. Either way, I like him too.
Whoa, he's playing Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid game.
That makes sense.
That's awesome.
Who is this? Is it the guy from Deadpool? Yeah, the taxi driver from Deadpool.
He plays
Spider-Man
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. He had that voice because as soon as he started talking, I kind of recognized the voice.
Yeah. Just why do you call it chai tea? Chai means tea.
I saw something that's like a little bit concerning. Is that I guess Haley Steinfeld still hasn't recorded any of her lines for the third one, which is officially called Beyond the Spider-Verse, by the way. She still hasn't recorded any of her lines for that, and it's supposed to come out next year. For the first one, she recorded her voice lines 5 years. Like I don't know. I just read that she had not done it yet, and I was like, huh, that's kind of weird.
She's been working too hard on she's going to be in the Kang Dynasty.
She's dating Josh Adams, or not Josh Adams, Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. She's Kate Bishop. She's Hawkeye's sidekick or whatever the hell.
Whatever she be.
Mini Hawkeye?
Baby Hawkeye.
Hawkeye 2?
Hawk Jr. Who knows? The woman who plays Miles' mom is also going to be a Transformers that you're seeing, Luna Valiz.
Ah.
What's she from? She's from something. I recognize her as well. Was she in Dexter? Yep, there she was. Yep. She was in Dexter.
Oh, okay.
Was the captain? Lieutenant. Did she become captain? I don't remember. Either way, Dexter kills her.
She kind of looks like her voice actor too, or her character a little bit. I think her animated character is a little spicier though.
Yeah, a little
Miss Morales. Hey yo.
Hey, what's up? You know, I can't say it compares to Aunt May in the newer Spider-Man, but you know,
absolutely not. No chance. Yeah,
give
she's
me
undefeated.
Some, Marissa Tomei in there.
But the same thing's happening happens a lot. Is like the more we talk about this movie, the more I like it.
Yeah,
I did have a couple nitpicks here, like about just like the lull in the action and the family stuff. But that was just to set up the third one, so I can't hate on it too much for that. And I do kind of compare it to like Infinity War because it ends on like the not it's I guess it's kind of a cliffhanger because it ends up Miles is trying to jump back to his universe, but he ends up in the wrong universe where
Yeah.
his uncle's still alive and Miles is not Spider-Man, he's the Prowler. So that's
Yeah,
big old cliffhanger right there.
So something I hope they do, I don't think we'll get it, but maybe if they do like one of those Marvel what ifs, and it's just an episode on him as the Prowler.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. I
That would be
would,
actually
I would
awesome.
really enjoy that. But who knows what we get? I think it's like I said, good film. Gave it an 8 out of 10. That's what, second best? If I had to rank it with John Wick 4, I'd probably go with this personally. Just because I love me some Spider-Man. For the next one, expectations are extremely high.
Even higher than this one was for this one.
Exactly. And
I just think
honestly,
it's going to be crazy.
We talked about expectations a lot with this movie, and it's a little similar to, sadly, with Ant-Man, right? I went in with lower expectations with Ant-Man. You went in with higher, so you were disappointed. I was like, yeah, it was okay. With this, I went in, I'm like, this is going to be a fucking 10 out of 10. I'm so goddamn excited. And I think that was part of my problem. You know, I came in with a high bar set, and it did a good job, but it did not hit that 10 out of 10 bar. It simply didn't.
Right. For me too. And it's close. It's a 9. I think it's close to being a really good movie. I mean, it's undeniably a good movie, but I just don't like the cliffhanger ending. I like movies to feel like they have a little bit of finality to them. Even though it is setting up the third, I get it, but it needed to have a little bit of finality to it. And it kind of didn't. I mean, I get it. The whole third, it pretty much hinges on the entire third movie now. But
I'll say this, honestly, if they only like I said when we started the spoiler section, it felt like it could have ended 3 different times.
Yeah.
If they would have only shown Miles getting tied up and then he comes out as the Prowler, boom, I probably would have gave it a 9, honestly.
Right. I think so too. I think that would have been better there. And then at the start of the third one, we get the Gwen, the Hobie, everybody teaming up to come and rescue him.
Yes.
That was cool. That was a cool scene, but I don't think that they could. I think they could have left that for the third one.
I think that's exactly how the third one should have opened. You know, they started with, oh, hey, remember Miles was captured by his fucking self? And then it hops over to exactly what we saw at the end of this one, which is the gang getting back together to go save him.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to be so much fun for the third one. All them together trying to go find Miles. I'm sure there's going to be so much shenanigans that goes down.
And you're right. It is nitpicky, but when you're expecting it a 10 out of 10, you have to be nitpicky.
For sure. Because anybody can just go say, hey, this movie's a 10 out of 10, but you got to nitpick it a little bit.
And a lot of people do. And I'm glad, you know, that's what I like so much about this podcast is that not only can we say, yes, this was a 9 out of 10, this was an 8 out of 10. We give our reasons why, where, you know, a number can only mean so much in terms of reviews. And a lot of the times when you read reviews or get like people's previous reviews, they're either a 1 or a 10. You know, they do not, you know, try to justify, it was a middle movie. It's either, man, I fucking hated this, was dog shit, or this is the best movie in the world. It's only extremes.
That's why our rankings are great, because it's pretty much, did you like it more in this movie or did you like it less in this movie?
Yes.
It's perfect to go off of other movies you've seen. And this does fall pretty much right in line with one of the best we've seen this year on the spectrum. So,
and I'm excited for, you know, how we started this show. Episode 1, we went through our best movies of 2022. I'm excited for us to go through 2023 where we actually have our rankings ready to go. Cause I bet what happens is, you know, there will be some ties throughout our rankings, and then we can discuss about it. And then we'll actually go and be like, okay, we have John Wick 4 and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse tied, but I'm pretty sure if I had to pick one, I'm going Spider-Man.
I probably would too, honestly, when it comes down to it. I wasn't sure at first, but I think I would now.
Yeah.
I want to see this movie again.
Yes, it's a movie you have to see again.
It's got a lot of rewatchability, which, I mean, so does John Wick, but this one, there's more reasons to watch it more than just, it's a good movie. You want to catch all those little things you missed. You want to see what you missed out on, stuff like that.
I think that's the difference for me between like this and the John Wick. You know, we talked about the Fast X, we talked about the Transformers movies where I just want to be entertained with action. That's John Wick for me. Whereas this, there's action, absolutely, but there's animation, there's story, and that's when you have a movie that's trying to tell a story like this, it has to be, I don't want to say perfect, it has to be good, it has to be right. And the story was there. I think just there were some things that were a little too long, like we discussed, little tweaks here and there. And I think there was a 10 out of 10 movie in there. I'm pretty sure that's what I texted you as soon as I got out of the theater. But I think they tried to do too much.
I do think so too. I think they tried to do too much at the end and squeeze too much in at the end.
Yeah,
is what it really comes down to, and that's why it's a 9 and not a 10. And that's why it's an 8, not a 10. But still a great movie nonetheless.
Exactly. And again, if you're still listening and you haven't seen the movie, fuck you.
Right. Go see this movie. It's so worth it.
Yeah, it's like what, and quite honestly, what we say doesn't always matter. It depends how you feel about this movie. So go see it.
Yeah. I mean, even if animation is not your thing, it's a great movie, regardless of animated or not. That's why these movies are able to stand out and hold up so well, because, yeah, they're animated. And even if you think, oh, animation's for kids, well, you're just wrong. But it also is just it's a good movie. It's got drama. It's got action. It's got everything.
Yep. Anything else? I think we hit pretty much everything.
I think so too. I think we did a pretty solid job of talking about old Across the Spider-Verse. Can't wait. There is no post-credit scene, everybody, so don't stick around. They kind of just tease up the third one, Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Highly recommend the After Credits app on iOS. I looked at that immediately. It said no after credits. I'm like, sick. Let's go get that Uber and leave.
Wow, I'm going to have to download that app because I always just Google it there in my seat.
Yeah, it's super simple. Is it there or not? It's pretty much all it is. And like everyone was expecting it, and they were just sitting there, and I'm like, bye.
Yeah,
and people are like,
oh,
idiots. You're gonna miss it. I'm like, there's nothing to miss, buddy. Bye bye.
Take it easy.
Cool. Well, Ty, I think that does it.
Episode 19 in the books, brother. 20 coming up.
Go. And we'll see you next time with Ty's review of Transformers.
Be on the lookout, baby.